Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Aarvitex. I can see many of you have already joined. Thank you for being on time. I hope most of the participants are joined who inquired. Okay, so before going to the session, I just want everyone send your phone number and mail ID in the chat box. So that will help me to follow up and will send you the latest updates about the course and job updates, everything. So I have so many of you. I just know few, like I'm not sure who is joined, unknown 91720. It is very good if you keep your name. And Alekia and Niharika, can you send your details in the chat box so we can follow it for the course and the remaining stuff? And we'll send you the course curriculum and recordings as well. Thank you. Okay, fine. So I hope so many of you are working in IT and some of you are freshers. I know each and everyone. And okay, perfect. So we'll start the session. By the end of today, I'm going to show you exactly how to reach a good salary and what is the career path and what is the job, why we need to learn in DevOps and cloud, what is the importance of the cloud, everything we are going to discuss today's session. And my name is Satya. I'm the founder of Aarvitex and your cloud and DevOps trainer. So let me take it 2 minutes and let me brief about myself. Yeah, I have 8+ years of real industry experience as a cloud and DevOps engineer. I'm not just a trainer. I have a personally built real CI/CD pipelines and deploy in production on every single day. So I manage a complete AWS infrastructure, guys, and handling thousands of users, debugging real-time production failures, and so many things. And we integrated AI into DevOps workflows, something no other institutes in India teaches. To be frank, I am saying, because you can see other institutes, they can say AI DevOps, but they are not a real-time working experience. They are just tutors. But here, I already implemented those AI DevOps in my workflows. Because so many of you are joined by a reference, you guys know very well about me, and you just asked them who referred me. You just asked with them about my working experience. So every single topic I teach, I have done in real company. That means real time. So our students are placed in so many MNCs, product-based companies, and startups in just 4 months. But I don't want you to wait until the 4 months. Within the 2 months, I'll ask you to update a resume and attend the interviews. So that's our strategy to get a placements. Okay. Sure. Let's get into the real content. So what's today's agenda? So I'm going to teach you the current IT market reality, why we need to learn in DevOps in 2026. And what is the transition of the DevOps? Like why DevOps came, what are the concepts and what are the differences before DevOps, what are the methodologies we are using. I am going to explain everything. And the next important is career roadmap. So many institutes don't teach that. So I'm going to teach you the career roadmap. So whether you're joined or not, it's up to your wish, guys. But you need to know this career roadmap if you want to sustain in IT industry in next upcoming 10 years. That is for sure. If you search in chat GPT or AIs, so you just ask them. So which role won't replace if AI came? That is the DevOps. So DevOps won't replace if AI boom AI came as well, because no one will believe DevOps, like believe AI fully. So I will explain those stuffs a little later. Okay. And we are going to teach, like I'm going to explain about the course curriculum. You guys already very familiar on that. I have shared individually. But again, I am going to teach you, like explain you about our 4 months course. At the end, you have the Q&A. I will answer every single question. So don't worry about, don't hesitate. Such as the basic kind of, don't hesitate. So just ask whatever you have, technical, non-technical doubts. So it's a complete 60 minutes packed with value. Okay, fine. Then next, let's come to the market reality. So in the market reality, you may guys think like, Satya, I learned a full stack developing course, I learned a Python, I learned so and so. Is it enough to get a job in 2026? No, guys. So, as a fresher, usually you will get placed within on campus, you will get a 3 to 4 LPA, right? But the same on campus, if you keep your cloud and DevOps knowledge, you'll definitely get a 6 to 8 LPA. How I know that? How confident I am saying that means I trained n number of students who is already in a college. They updated their resumes in the college itself with a cloud certification, cloud knowledge. They cracked their job 10 LPA as well. As a fresher, I'm saying. If you are having 2 years of experience, you're already stuck in the 4 to 5 or 6 LPAs, but definitely you will get a 15 to 18 LPA. Okay. If you have 5 years, I don't want to say that just imagine your packages. It's up to your imagination. Definitely, you will get a minimum of 25 or 30 LPS. So, if you're expert level, that means if you have fully AWS, AI, DevOps, Kubernetes with a good years of experience, with a good background, you will get a 50 LPA as well. Satya, is this packages is in India? Yes, these packages are in India only. So you can see all the. It's not a blaming stuff, guys. You can see, you can Google it, you can ask Chat GPT as well. Okay, these are real stuff. Okay, so that's why in 2026 cloud is important. If irrespective of your domain, irrespective of your current role, nowadays HRs also upskilling to cloud in companies. So that's what the cloud importance are. Why means nowadays everything is on cloud only. There is no on premises. After AI came, completely changed. Okay. Actually, after COVID came, completely changed, guys. To be frank, I'm saying. But AI is another COVID kind of. So it's changed the entire lifestyle transition as well. Okay. Sure. So okay, let's give me just some basic info about the course and basic rules about the classes. Okay, so you guys all know this is a completely online mode and all sessions are on Zoom. Okay, and duration is 4 months. It may extend as well because I'm going to teach you complete real time. So as I said earlier, so right now some migration activity is going on in my real time. I will show that in next session, like next week. So that's my planning. So it may extend as well. And recordings will be provided and it will upload before end of the day. You have once you enrolled, you'll get a login access. And the batch timings are 7:30 to 8:30, 1 hour. After that is a teaching duration, guys. After 8:30, you will have the doubt sessions as well, like 15 to 20 minutes doubt sessions. So I just want to keep an important note. Keep a pen and paper with you and note it down whatever I'm saying right now as well, because that is a very good habit. It will develop your study stuff. Okay. What are the basic rules? Every class is having some basic rules, right? So that is the basic gentleman agreements I'm saying. So don't share these meeting URLs with unregistered people. So I'll definitely find it out because I have the tracker. I'll definitely find it out who is logged in, when to log in, where to log in and all. So I'll completely unregister your stuff. So please follow the rules. Like don't share the meeting URLs with unregistered people. And once you enroll, the registered email ID can't be changed until unless you have a valid reason. Okay. So because if you keep on changing your mail ID, I need to pay for every user, guys. So until unless it's a valid reason, I'll allow you to change the mail IDs. And recording access will be revoked after 6 months. That means completion of the course. After completion of the course, you will have access for 6 months. totally around 9 months to 1 year, you'll have the access for the recordings. Don't worry about that. And you can't share a download. That is a basic thing. So, and as I said earlier, Q&A is the end of every session. So note it down your doubts, and you can ask any of your doubts at the end of the every session, not only this session. Okay. Next. So let's discuss about the transition of the DevOps. Okay. Why DevOps came? Without DevOps, what are the first of all, before 10 years, which methodology they are using, Satya? So let's discuss all those things a lot. Okay. So the first methodology is the waterfall methodology, guys. So I'm explaining from transition olden days to now. So sorry, methodology. Okay, what is this waterfall methodology? How it will be? I hope everyone is visible perfectly. I'll increase the font size. Yeah. So usually what will happen, the client will reach out to the companies. He will give you order, like he wants to develop some e-commerce or any food delivery apps, right? So that is a requirement. Okay, so once the client give the requirement to the companies like TCS, Wipro, or Infosys, or whatever it may be, okay, they will collect the requirement from the client and they will plan and design it. Okay, so that is a usual method. That is what in the older days, like 10 years back, 15 years back, the first methodology came is a waterfall methodology. How it came? So what is that stuff? Let's discuss one by one. So first, the companies collect the requirements from the client. So how I am collecting the requirement from you guys, like how many years of experience you have, what is the package you have, what is your study plan, everything I am going to keep it right. The same way, companies will collect the information from the client, like what type of app they want, what are the features they want, everything they will collect the requirements from the client. Okay, once they collect the requirement, they start to design using the developers, right? Every company is, just imagine your company is also having developers, testers, everyone, right? So they start to design the your product. Once they design the product via architects, who design that? Architects design it, same like our building. So if you plan to decide, if you plan to construct a house, how you are going to start it? Architect design, right? The same way in companies also, architects will design the app. After that, developers develop those app and give it to the next testing team. So once developers develops the app, testing team will conduct a test. We have unit test cases, so many test cases. So they will conduct a testing. In the testing, they are going to raise a bugs. They will redirect to the again developers. Those things are all basic. Okay, because they will give you lots of load while testing 1,000 users, 10,000 users, whether the app will work or not. That is for the testing. Okay, once all testing done, they are going to deploy in the server. You need one server, guys. Without server, nothing will come, right? Even though our website, anything, you need backend, one server. So that is a basic requirement. So previously, before cloud came, everything is on-premises servers. What is on-premises servers? I will explain that in the next sessions. So you need once how server will look like. Okay, so let me show you that basic. Server will be like our normal computer, guys, normal system. So this is our server. So, but server having more RAM, more capacity comparative to our laptops. Our laptops is having 8 GB RAM, right? But servers minimum 16 GB, 64 GB. So it's in TBs as well, RAM. So that is a high specific performance they have. Okay, that is called a server. Without server, you can't run your applications or website. Okay, so this is called the waterfall methodology. Okay, what is the drawback here? Why they move to next methodology? Why they are not using this methodology? Let me tell you. So this is step-by-step process. What is meant by waterfall? Waterfall is nothing but it will go in one flow. So it can't go down to up, right? It will go up to down only. Only one way they have. They don't have two ways. That is called a waterfall. That is the name called the waterfall methodology. So each phase takes weeks or months. For example, in requirements phase, the requirement team, for example, the client is going to give a requirement. The requirement team is going to take some few months to complete this. In that scenario, what will happen? They are not going to wait until the requirement team to complete, right? So the design team need to wait for 2 weeks, right? So like this waterfall, water only flows from up to down, right? It never goes back. So if the companies need to complete this, they need to wait for a 6 months. They need to wait for a 6 months. So they don't have patience to wait for a 6 months. They don't have patience to wait for a 6 months. That's why to overcome that, they are introducing agile methodology. So you may ask me, Satya, requirements collect that information. Why design team is going to wait? It's a step by step. So, for example, requirements team takes 2 weeks of the time. After that, design team takes 3 weeks. These 3 weeks, this design team, this developing team, requirement team need to wait. After that, developing team takes 4 weeks. We are not sure. This design team, requirement team need to wait until this developing complete. After that, testing team take 2 weeks. After that, deployment team take 2 weeks. So okay, until these complete steps, maybe 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2, until these many weeks, this deployment team need to sit idle only, guys. It's a waste of money and also waste of resources. That is what waterfall methodology. To overcome this, they introduced a agile methodology. So what is agile methodology? It's a sprint based model. It's a sprint based model. So the same requirement team you have. So let me take this one. The same requirement team you have. Okay. The same design team you have. Everything is same, guys. So design team you have. Next, let me copy this. Developing team. Next. Testing team. Next. Same, you can keep deployment team directory. The same teams we have, but they will work as a sprint based. That means one sprint equal to 2 weeks. Nowadays also we are following the same. 2 weeks is the one sprint. So the advantage of agile, it will break the project into small chunks. That means small chunks means what? Okay, so you have login page, sign up page, and the remaining pages, right? So first they will collect the information of the login page, and the requirement team will send the information to design team, and design team will send the information. That means once they design, within 2 weeks they have to complete. That is called a deadline. Within 2 weeks they have to complete the design. So that is called a sprint based model. If they are not completed, means what will be the issue? It will escalate, and they need to give the proper reason why design team is not completing. But in waterfall model, there is no deadlines. You can complete at any time based on the requirement. That is old fashioned. So once design team completed, they give to developing team, right? So developing team again having only 2 weeks of the time. You may ask me, Satya, in these 2 weeks, this requirement team, I'll keep it ideal? No. Developing team simultaneously developing the project. Requirement team will collect the information from the client again for sign up page. That's what. They break down one website into a small chunks. Login page, sign up page, cart or some add to cart page, payments gateway. They separated in a chunks. That is the advantage of the agile methodology. The requirement team and design team won't wait until the deployment complete. They will do simultaneously tasks. So everyone having only 2 weeks of the deadline. That is the minimum. But in some projects, they will give 3 weeks as well. So based on the employees availability. Okay. So this is called the agile methodology. So what is the main advantages is in each sprint, you plan, build, test and release at every time. No, you don't want to wait until one feature need to complete. Okay. For example, if customer don't like it, you just update it in the next sprint. But in waterfall methodology, you have to wait until all the steps. Okay, if customers won't accept the design, they want a new design means again they need to complete all these steps. That is called the waterfall. But in agile, just 2 weeks, fraction of 2 weeks, you can complete that. Okay, Satya, this is good, right? Why again? Why again? DevOps methodology game. Okay, so in agile methodology, the drawback is you have to wait for 2 weeks, right, to release a new version. What if your website got hacked? What if any bug was raised in production? Okay, again, you need to wait for 2 weeks. No. So that's what DevOps methodology came to the scene. Okay. So companies have created a DevOps life cycle. Companies have created a DevOps life cycle. Let me tell you all the advantages of the DevOps. So, what is meant by DevOps? DevOps is nothing but a development plus operations. They're working together. They're working continuously. They're working continuously. Okay. So I will show what are the tools, everything in the DevOps methodology. Let me explain first why they accepted the DevOps methodology. Here in DevOps methodology, microservice concept is working. Microservice concept. What is meant by microservice concept? Let me show you one website, ICICI Bank. See, ICICI Bank is completely developed and deployed on AWS via DevOps only. It is working on AWS. Okay. So, what in waterfall, like agile methodology, as I said, login page, sign up page, small chunks, right? But microservice means it's a sub folders. Again, inside the login page, they divided into a small chunks. That means user ID creation, mobile number creation, QR code creation, small options also they developed in a separate individual way. In my real time, I worked on payments gateway as well as login pages. Okay, Satya, are you going to develop entire payments gateway? No. Inside the payments gateway, I am only taking care of the credit card section. What about debit card? Some other team is there, payment team. They are going to take care. Okay, like that, microservice architecture came. The advantages of the microservice architecture, they are isolated. You don't want to wait for debit card team or some other team to deploy a new feature. I am the credit card team. I can deploy my feature. Okay, maybe if any bugs raise, I can deploy my feature based on my availability. I don't want to wait. So guys, do you agree? Netflix, Amazon and all deploying a new feature every 11 minutes once. How you guys maybe it's wonder? Yes, it is happening in backend. Every day, 11 minutes once or 15 minutes once, they are deploying the new options, new features. But end users can't see. Yes, you can't see that entire features. It's a minute changes, bug fixing or small corrections. those things and all deploying on every 15 minutes or every 11 minutes. How this is happening? Via DevOps methodology. If the same thing, if they follow the Agile methodology, means what will happen? They have to wait for 2 weeks to deploy a small feature. But here in DevOps methodology, you don't want to wait for anyone else. You can deploy your microservice at your time. That's why containers came. That's what Kubernetes. That's what microservice architecture. Okay, now that work also handled by AI. Is that mean you are not going to work, Satya? No, I am going to work. But via AI, we are going to monitor the entire methodology. Okay, so this is the DevOps methodology main feature. Okay, I will show you everything, what are the DevOps lifecycle, everything. But the transition I am saying, why the teams, why the companies are using the DevOps methodology, that transition I am planning to show you. So this is the first 15 years back, Waterfall. Next is Agile. Next is the DevOps methodology. Okay, now, so before going to the DevOps tools, what are the things we need to learn? You have to know what is the career path. Why you want to learn the DevOps or cloud. Without cloud or DevOps, what will happen? Those career roadmap we'll discuss now. Okay, sure. So let me take a new page. Again, these things and all I will explain practically, guys. Don't worry about a transition of the DevOps. Everything I will explain practically. Don't worry about that. So, what is the career roadmap? Okay. Irrespective of the domain, if you are a non-IT, fresher, or experienced guys, you need to know basics of Linux is important nowadays because every server in the world runs on the Linux. Openly, I'm saying Windows is also there, but if you see in a NASA, ISRO, in a DRDOs, if you observe in the rocket launching movies, they have the black screen. They are typing some commands. That is the Linux. Okay, so you may see some Linux advertisement as well. If you can, in YouTube, you can search it. Linux advertisement, Linux versus Windows advertisement. Okay, I'll explain that. The rocket launching is happening. The team is using a Windows. Okay, the rocket countdown, launching countdown was started. 10, 9, 8, 7 kind of countdown was started. Okay, suddenly Windows is showing auto update. The rocket launching was stopped. But Linux, you don't want to auto, there is no option for auto update. You have to update manually. That is the difference between Linux and Windows. It is showing the advertisement. You can YouTube it. You can Google it, that advertisement. So the advantage of Linux is a more secure and more reliable and easy to handle. So it is an open source. Anyone can customize it based on their preference. But Windows is not a open source. You can't modify any OS level. But in Linux, you can modify the OS level. You have Red Hat Linux, SUSE Linux, so Amazon Linux, so many Linux is there. Versions of Linux, I'm saying. So that is the basic Linux. In our sessions, we are going to teach you basics of Linux. If you are non-IT also fine. You will get a basics of Linux. And what, Satya, are you going to teach a Linux administration or no? This is completely for cloud and DevOps engineer roles who is going to work on the cloud roles. So that's what the Linux I am going to explain. It will help for the cloud and DevOps roles. Okay. For certification point of view, it's completely different, guys. For Linux certification, I'm saying. Okay. Okay. The next map is any cloud. I would suggest AWS initially. Why and all I'll explain in next session. But any one cloud is mandatory nowadays. You have to learn that. Okay. So I am suggesting AWS initially. If you learn entire AWS is more than enough. You don't want to learn again other cloud because backend technology, backend concepts are same. Just naming conventions are differ. Okay, so any one cloud knowledge is mandatory nowadays. The next is DevOps tool. Let me this. Yeah. So you have to learn the important DevOps tools like a Git, Maven, or Gradle, Jenkins, or GitLab. So in our sessions, we are going to teach you all the Scratch tools. That means Scratch tools means what? If you learn the tool, you don't want to learn again any other tool. You can easily understand because DevOps is a ocean. You have n number of tools. Individual country is having individual tools, guys. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You have to learn the basic Scratch tool. That is very important. Okay, so that is a trending tool. What I'm going to explain it. So it's a Git, Maven, Jenkins, SonarQube, Nexus, Docker, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Prometheus, Grafana. These tools we are going to explain. Don't get fear. Satya, I need to learn all these tools. Don't get fear. This is just a tools, guys, not a technology. So tools is different, technology is different. Individual tools like how we are using WhatsApp, Instagram, that is also tools, right? Same like way, this is also a tools. Can someone please go on mute? Someone is unmuted. Thank you. So yeah, what next? Next is DevSecOps. That also we are going to cover in the class. So nothing, guys, just security integrated into your DevOps pipelines. So just for IAM security stuff, we are going to cover those DevSecOps tools as well. Okay, so because we are using AI ops now, right? So we are develop. That means we are learning AI ops. That means AI DevOps. That means AI integrated into a operations team. So this is the right future right now. Right now, this is the correct future. Okay. What next? MLOps. The MLOps, if you want to learn, you need coding knowledge. Satya, up to AI ops, I don't want coding knowledge. No need, guys. If you have, that is a very added advantage. If you don't have also, nothing to worry. You need scripting knowledge. What is scripting knowledge? It's okay. Linux shell scripting, Terraform, those are all scripting, not a coding. Coding is different, scripting is different. Coding means you are going to develop a new future using the code, new app using the code. But scripting means you have existing tool, you are going to automate that. Scripting means you are going to automate that particular tool. But coding means you are going to develop the tool. That is the basic difference of the coding and scripting. So here we are going to teach you complete scripting, shell scripting and Terraform. So you don't want any coding knowledge. If you have coding knowledge, that is very added advantage on your resume. That means if you are a Java full stack developers or you have a knowledge on that means if you added a cloud plus DevOps, that is a very added advantage. But don't worry on that part. So yeah, I will teach you individual, I will customize the stuff individual basis, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Now, let's see what are the tools we are going to learn. What are the use cases of those tools? Let me explain that. Okay. So, we have one user, guys. Let me give the user color is this. Or no, not that. Wait. Yeah. So, you have one user. Okay. Or employee. So this employee is working on one company, working in one company, any MNC, you can take it. You can change the color to something. It's okay. MNC or any startup. Okay. So this MNC startup having one requirement, they have to develop one application called e-commerce. I can keep e-commerce. E-commerce means Amazon, Flipkart, those are e-commerce applications. Okay. So this company hired the particular employee. Okay. So this employee is a developer. This employee is a developer who is going to develop entire stuff. Who is going to develop entire thing. Okay. Once they develop all the code, which is having maybe 150 files. It is a Java based code. Maybe they have backend SRC, main, Java, so many dependency files are there. They have 150 files. Okay. Suddenly this employee having some emergency. We are humans, right? We will get some emergency situation. Okay. So suddenly this employee is having some emergency. Okay. Sanjay, please go and mute. Sorry. Yeah. So suddenly this employee is having some emergency. This employee is going on some vacation or some leave. So, but the company, they don't want to stop. They don't want to wait until this employee returns. This employee may come or may not come. Okay. But all the source code having this employee only. Okay. If the company is going to hire another employee, they have to develop again from the scratch. The company don't have the time. What they will do? So the process, that's why they keep GitHub, source code management process. Let me explain that again. So SCM, source code management, that means the tool called Git. We are using Git, the famous tool. Source code management means every employee, once they develop the code, they need to push inside the GitHub. That is the mandatory in real time. So in GitHub, we have a pull request, merge concepts, commit. So many concepts are there. It's a very easy concepts. So we are going to do the same way. We are going to develop the code. We are going to push it in a GitHub. Okay. Once user or employee develop the code, they will push the code in GitHub. The advantage is if the company is hiring someone else, like second employee, they can extract the code from GitHub and they can reuse and they can start developing. That is the advantage. Okay, you have so many advantages. I'm going to discuss that at the time of GitHub. Okay. Once the GitHub done, okay, all 150 files are uploaded. Or 150 files are uploaded in the GitHub. Okay. So in your laptop, what you are going to do? If you are having 150 files, you are going to zipping those files, right? To copy from one mission to another mission. Are you going to copy a raw data? No. You are going to zipping those files via right click zip as a folder. The same way you have to zipping the code as well. That is called the build tool. That is called the build tool called Maven. You have Gradle and so many build tools are there. Okay. So the advantage of the build tool, it will packaging your code. So you may ask me, Satya, why you are packaging the code? I can copy all the 150 files directly in the server. No. Because in real time, some thousands lines of codes are there. You can't copy entire stuff in a server. It will hang. And you can't, that HTML format front end won't accept those kind of files. You have to build it. You have to package it. So that is called the Maven. So we have, it's a very small tool, very important tool. So we have Maven, Gradle, and so many tools are there. So you can build that as a like a zipping. How you zipping .zip extension, right? The same way in Maven, you are going to zipping the files. Okay. Once done it, you are going to analyze the code. Satya, why I need to analyze the code? Already developers are developed the code. Why I need to analyze it? Where is the testers? Testing part is different, guys. Testers, manual testing, automation testing, they will test the application levels. They will test the UI levels, not on the code level. Okay, you have to test the code level. What is that? let me tell you, Sonar Cube is a one tool. It's a code quality testing tool. Code quality testing tool. What is the advantage of this? It will check the plagiarism. Plagiarism means non-repeatable code. You are not sure, right? Maybe developer copy the Google's code and paste it here, right? That is a threat. That is a copyright issue. You have to develop a unique code for your unique product. So it will test all those methodologies. You have so many methodologies out there. A pass, B pass, C pass and all. I will explain those in the Sonar Cube session. But overview, Sonar Cube is a code quality tool. It will check the quality of the code, whether the repetition is happened or not. Maybe the employee copy some other codes and paste it somewhere, right? It will create some copyright issue. To avoid all those, you are going to use a Sonar Cube code quality tool. Okay. Next is a Artifactory. This is a why we did Artifactory. Once the code quality code check passed, you need one tool to store, right? That is called the Nexus. You have JFrog as well, guys. Okay, JFrog, Nexus, both are similar. It is a Artifactory tool. The advantage of the Artifactory, it will store your code as a version control. You may ask me one doubt, Satya, we have already GitHub, right? Why we are going to store it again in Nexus? GitHub will store a raw code. That means direct developer code. But Nexus will store the zipping code. That means build tool. Via build tool, it will create some extension. Guys, please go on mute. Satiksha. Sorry, guys. Usually I disable this feature, but for Q&A session only I enable the mute unmute option. Sorry for the disturbance. So yeah, so those Nexus Artifactory will store as a version. That means developer develop a first version of the code and they develop a second version of the code again. It will store all the versions in a Nexus. The advantage of this, you can retry previous version. Maybe the latest version of the code is having issue. So the DevOps engineer can retrieve the old version because of the latest version issues. That is the advantage of Artifactory. Okay. Next, once the Artifactory stage done, okay, you are going to containerize it. Okay. Satya, are we going to do all this manually? No. One important tool that is the main hero of the DevOps called CI/CD. Continuous integration, continuous deployment tool. CI/CD. We are using Jenkins here, and also I'm planning to introduce a GitHub Actions or a GitLab. Both are similar tools. Okay. So here, what this CI/CD do? In the CI/CD, we are going to write a pipeline like stages. It will automatically collect the information from GitHub and keep it in a Maven automatically. Once the build tool completed, automatically it will store it in a Sonar Cube. That integration also, it will take care. Jenkins will take care. Okay. Once this integration done, like it will store it in Nexus automatically. You don't want to manual thing. You don't want to copy 150 files, paste it in a build tool. This Jenkins will take care. That's why CI/CD DevOps came. Are you guys thinking how much time it will take? It will take within a fraction of minutes. All this process. Okay. Okay. The next step is a containerization. So why container came? So usually developers, one of the example I am saying, guys, developers develop a code in Java. So if your code, you want to run the code means you need Java in your laptop or in your server. So the Swiggy application is there. So it is running on minimum of 1000 servers in backend. Are you going to install Java on all the 1000 servers manually? No, you don't want to do that, right? So that's why container came. In the container, it's a packaging. In the container, let me explain that. It's a Docker. In a container, you are going to packaging all the application and dependency files. Application and dependency files. Let me explain that. That means code. Let me reduce this. Sorry, again it came on. Wait, guys. Wait a minute. Yeah. Code plus app plus dependencies. That means if your dependencies, if you are developing a Java based application, you need Java means that is the dependencies. If you are Python based application, you need Python means those dependencies automatically containerized. What is meant by containerized? You have a ship, you have a containers, right? Inside the container, you have a car, you have a bike, you have something else, right? It won't worry about the items inside the box, but it will carry and it will ship it from one place to another place. The same way Docker will do. It won't bother about the items, that means apps inside the container. It will make it as one box. It will make it as a one box and ship it to one place to another place. The advantage of the Docker, you can easily carry the application without any dependencies. You don't want any prerequisite. You don't want any tools to install in your servers. Automatically, this container will do. Okay. Okay. Then this also will take care by the CI/CD. Everything will take care by the CI/CD. Okay. Then Kubernetes. Why Kubernetes came? So in the it's a orchestration tool. Kubernetes is a orchestration tool. So you have n number of containers. That means, as I said now, in the login page, you have user ID. User ID is one container. Mobile number is one container. QR code is one container. Okay. This forget password is one container. So like this, just imagine in ICICI Bank website how many options you have. So you maybe thousands of containers are running. You have to maintain those thousands of containers, right? That means load balancing, auto scaling. You have concepts of that. You have to maintain all the containers in one place. That is called the Kubernetes. Okay. So those maintenance, those troubleshooting, for example, suddenly one login page container goes down, automatically Kubernetes create another container, deploy that container in the server. You don't want to create any manually. Kubernetes is again big version, guys. You have Kubernetes certifications alone separately. But we are going to cover maximum Kubernetes concepts for DevOps roles. DevOps and AIOps, every roles. Okay, that is called the Kubernetes. Okay, Satya, all things done. Okay, so where you are going to deploy it? Why cloud? Where is cloud here? So let me come to the scene. So once all done, up to Kubernetes done, you want this thing to deploy on server, right? Those servers is running on the cloud. Previously, those servers is running on the on-premises, but nowadays those servers are running on the cloud. So maybe this is server 1. The same way here, server 2. Like this, you have n number of, as I said, for Swiggy, you have thousands of servers, right? Those thousands of servers is maintained in a cloud nowadays. They don't have money or they don't have a resource to maintain everything by own, except some DRDOs, government websites. Remaining on all is deploying on cloud. Nowadays, government also adapting the cloud, but security reasons they are not using. Okay, I will explain all those transitions real-time scenarios in next sessions. But those, like example, I'm saying AWS, like Azure, you have IBM, you have GCP, you have so many cloud versions you have. Every cloud, every server is working on the cloud nowadays. So once developer push the code, once all these stages completed, the container is going to deploy on the server, and that is the real production. That is the real front end. Okay, that without these activities, you can't see this website. See backend, if you see that HTTPS, it is also a server. It is running on one server, backend. In classes, I am going to show entire real time how we are going to balance the load. You may ask me, Satya, every time you are logging in, are you going to reach single server? No. For this one page, login page alone, they will connect minimum of 25 servers. The load will balance equally. How the load will balance? Everything, the practical implementation, I am going to show you in the classes. Okay, but here, so this is an overview. So that's what we need cloud. Without cloud, you can't deploy. If you've done all these steps also, it's waste. Without cloud, you can't utilize the application. Okay, Satya, where is the AI here? Okay, so in between, I'm going to, okay, before going to the AI, let me tell you monitoring tool. Prometheus Grafana. And I am working on directories as well. Prometheus Grafana directories. Directories is one of the big monitoring observability tool. Okay, so why we need monitoring tool? You need one watchman to monitor all this, right? So for example, if any one of the stage failures, SonarQube stage failure, the job is going to fail. Okay, in monitoring tool, it will give you a report. Hey, SonarQube stage is failed. You have to go and check it out. You may ask me, Satya, this monitoring tool is going to monitor servers as well? Yes, it will monitor servers as well. And also in AWS, we have separate monitoring tool called CloudWatch, CloudTrails. That also will monitor the servers. So it is nothing but a watchman tool. It will monitor all the tools and give you the report, who done the mistake, where it was done, when it was done. So last week, I got one issue, like suddenly 2 Kubernetes clusters was down because of some version mismatch. We checked the monitoring tool, the logs, we checked it. So developers has some version mismatch issue. It is showing in the monitoring tool. We rectify it, we rerun the job. The same way we are going to do via monitoring tool. Okay, we have separate team as well, monitoring, that is called the observability team. That team name called observability. So I'm going to show you entire team architectures as well in a real time, like in classes, guys. Don't worry on that part. Okay, apart from that, what are the tools we are going to learn? We are going to learn a ticketing tool and documenting tool. These are very important. You guys may think, Satya, why we need this? See, ticketing tool, we have Jira, ServiceNow. 2 ticketing tools are there. We are going to learn those 2 ticketing tools. And also so documenting tools like a Confluence pages. Why we need that? See, I said, right, last week I faced one issue. I'm going to document that. If the same issue face again after maybe few months, so I can refer that document, I can rectify it. In real, that's what DevOps engineer job, guys. So you are not going to build everything. You are not going to troubleshoot everything from the scratch. You have the plenty of documents available in the in your client as well as in open source. You are going to refer those documents because DevOps engineers has everyday challenges. That means you are not expecting one error, but that error will come. So you have to rectify it, but you need that knowledge to rectify it. How to rectify it? You need experience or you need knowledge on all these tools. Without these tools knowledge, you can't do anything. Okay, so these are the most important tools we are going to cover. Apart from that, AI tool. Where AI came here? Okay, so In between, we are going to use in Amazon. Okay, let me tell you, we have Bedrock to a, that means we have Bedrock tool that will help you to monitor the servers, as well as it will give you the report. If any server goes down, automatically it will upgrade the server. That is the Bedrock tool. And we are going to implement K8GPT tool. K8GPT means, let me tell you that it's a Kubernetes GPT tool. It's a chat GPT kind of, it's internal tool, it's not a open source tool. This K8 GPT tool will continuously observe, AI will observe all the clusters, all the pods, all the containers, and it will give you the report, and it will auto healing the capacity where any pods or clusters goes down. Okay, and we are going to implement security tool, security AI tool. So we have Copilot as well. We can implement Copilot in. See, in my project, we are using GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot, we integrated with the SonarQube and Nexus. Automatically, once code quality done, this second level of code quality will do by the AI. How this second level of code quality is going to do by the AI? Everything we are going to integrate via pipelines. So in out I'm not comparing every time, just I'm saying that in outer institutes, they are just saying AI and they are explaining Claude, Chat GPT, normal prompt engineering methodologies. But that is not the real. You have to implement those AIs in the integrate with the pipelines. Okay, those AIs once you integrate the pipeline, so that it will helpful. Okay, okay. Apart from all this, what are the tools? Other tools you are going to cover, Satya? Terraform. Why we need Terraform? So Terraform is one of the tool. We are going to automate entire cloud environment. That means, so we are going to deploy servers, backend VPCs, networking. So many concepts are there. Nearly 25 services we are going to cover. 25 not 35. Nearly 35 services we are going to cover in AWS. Okay. So every time in real time, in real world, you are not going to manually deploying the servers. You are going to automate. That means you want to create one server, you are going to run a Terraform script. Terraform is a IAC tool. This is very, very important, guys. Very mandatory nowadays. Everyone is expecting the same. If you have cloud knowledge, they are expecting the IAC tool knowledge. Okay. So infrastructure as a code tool, you are going to learn it here. Okay. You may ask me, Satya, where is Ansible? Okay, Ansible also we are going to teach, but that's on demand. That means based on your interest only, guys. Why I'm saying that? Ansible is not using fully by the DevOps engineers. That is one of the admin tool. Openly, I'm saying. So you may doubt, Satya, why every DevOps curriculum they included Ansible? You are saying differently. Yes, because I am seeing the real time. In real time. So, for example, you are a Linux or Windows admins. You guys may know about that. You are going to use the Ansible for a patching purpose, right? You are going to use the Ansible for to run the playbooks, to get the server information, those related activities you are doing, right? The same way here in DevOps also we are utilizing, because the Ansible who will use that means maybe in the startups, they don't have admin team separately. So they included admin team with a DevOps team. So in that scenario, you can use the Ansible. But yes, Ansible YAML scripting also we are going to cover it. Don't worry on that part. So apart from all this, we are going to cover some deployment strategies like a Fargate, blue-green deployments, canary deployments. What is this and all? Okay, so the microservice architectures are deploying on the server, right? Without downtime. Nowadays, if you are observing, you are not getting any downtime. Previously, you got some messages from bank like, right, this time to this time your bank server is not available, your ATM service is not available. Why? They are upgrading the servers, but nowadays they are not doing the same, because without zero downtime. That's why Kubernetes here. That's what deployment strategies here. Deployment strategies are blue green deployment is there, canary deployment is there, Fargate is there. So using those deployment strategies, using the zero downtime, you are going to deploy the container, deploy the application on top of the servers. How we can do that? That also we will explain in the classes, guys. Okay, so this is the important, all the stuff we are going to cover for the classes. The diagram may look simple, but the tools individually you will get more hands-on. Okay, the cloud alone, as I said, now 25. It's around 1 month class for AWS alone. Okay, apart from that, we have Terraform, Linux basics. So many things are there. So see here, I need to cover Linux as well. I didn't add in the diagram. I'm going to cover Linux as well. Okay, but this is the overview. Let me give it just a brief about this. What is DevOps? Why we learn DevOps? DevOps is a strategy and methodology. We are going to use it for microservice management, and also we are going to, like, see, if you observe this transition, what is happening? The first waterfall, we are wasting 6 months of the time. In Agile, we are wasting two weeks of the time. But in the DevOps, we are not even wasting any single minute, right? We are going to deploy everything within a fraction of minutes. So once developer develop the code, push it in a GitHub. Once GitHub done, the CI/CD will place the role. It will build the tool, build that particular code as a build tool. And next is code quality. That means quality of the code it will check. And next is to store in the Artifactory using the version, right? Once this is done, we are going to store it in a Docker. Like, so once this Docker done, we are going. So what is Docker and all? I explained it. You are going to orchestrate those containers, maintain those containers, troubleshoot those containers. Once this done, it will monitor continuously and it will create a ticket as well. What is the advantage of ticketing tool? If anything goes down, automatically it will create a ticketing as well. Okay. So okay, once Kubernetes done, you are going to deploy on servers, right? Those servers is working on the cloud. That's it. So this is a complete DevOps architecture I am going to explain in the next couple of months if you enroll. Okay. Okay, guys, this is about the entire our strategy. And here in the Kubernetes itself, we have a Helm charts. Okay. So EKS, AKS, and all those things are the Kubernetes concepts we are going to cover. Okay. So yeah, any doubts? So this is about the DevOps, and yeah, guys, thank you for joining. You may get bored sometimes, but definitely every class will be like this only. Like you will, I'll draw the architecture, I'll explain the architecture, implement the architecture, right? So if you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself. And the regular classes will start from June 1st, Monday onwards. So you have 3 days of the time: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As I said, maximum of 15 members only per batch, guys. I won't accept more than that. So as soon as possible, once you decide, please enroll the batch. So we'll discuss remaining fee and all in the offline. I don't want to discuss in the on recording. I will share this recording as well in YouTube. So I will share those links as well. You can rewatch the video. And if you have any doubts, you can call me directly. Don't hesitate. And I hope you guys having my another number as well, right? This is my primary business number. And I have another number as well. So I already sent you WhatsApp. You can ping me anytime. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask your doubts, guys. Anytime, don't hesitate, any kind of doubts. It's your time now. And please, one important thing, please provide your name and phone numbers in the chat. I can see repeated phone numbers on chat, but maybe the new members are came. Jay. Next is maybe, sorry, I'm missing any other new members. If I didn't contacted you earlier, please ping your mobile numbers in the chat. That will help me to track you easily and ask you for the next upcoming stuff, whatever you need. And you can ask me the doubts as well, guys. So yeah, any doubts, guys, you have?
No, Sitya, this session was good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Pratiksha, right?
Hey, it's sorry, Prabhakar here.
Oh, Prabhakar, you. Okay, fine, 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 fine. Okay. Okay, guys. Again, I'm requesting if you are a new, if you didn't contact me earlier, please provide your mobile number and mail ID in the chat. So that will help. I'll just send you the documents and I'll send you course curriculum and important stuff and all. I think I'm getting all most everyone details. Maybe the Jay, I'm requesting you if you are flexible, please send me your number or else note down my number, ping me in WhatsApp uh, if you have any doubts. And any other persons out there? I got Niharika number, Alekia. Uh, okay, just let me check that. Yeah, I have Alekia number. Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for your time. If you have any, I'll be available for 2 more minutes. If you have any doubts, please unmute and ask your doubts. Any doubts, guys, apart from technical, non-technical, career guidance, any kind of doubts. And I just want to cover one more thing. Sorry, guys. As I said earlier, I'm going to help you for resume preparation, LinkedIn, Naukri preparations, and mock interviews as well. So you can easily grab the opportunity, you can easily place it. So don't worry on that part. So I'll take it 3 mock interviews per head, and you don't want to worry about those things and all. Okay, in real time we are going to cover it. Yeah, guys. Okay. I hope everyone good. No doubts. I don't see any. So, oh yeah, Albert. Sorry. Can you send your number and mail ID in the chat if you are fine, or else ping me in WhatsApp. So that will help me to share so those course curriculum and all. Albert and Jay both.
Sure, Satya.
Yeah, please. If it is, I'm very happy if you share it in chat to track it. Yeah, yeah, Venkatesh, do you have any doubts? Okay, no. Okay, fine, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time. I hope the session is very helpful to you guys. You can ping me directly if you have any doubts. Okay. Yeah, guys. Take care. Bye.